Hi subscribers and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about non-dom status or non-domiciled status for UK residents. My name is Dominic James Murray. I'm CEO and founder here at Cameron James, and I've been transferring UK pensions for over 10 years, so I hope my information is valuable for you. Okay, so why are we talking about this today, specifically non-dom status? We've come across quite a few clients of late who are based in countries such as the Middle East, where there's a tax neutral jurisdiction, where effectively they have no tax on their income, normally because these countries are very wealthy and they don't really need your taxes. They get enough money from the oil and gas exploration. Anyway, they come through and say, Dominic, I've been advised to cash out 100% of my SIP or cash out 100% of my pension pot in the UK, put it into an offshore product, and then when I go back, if I do go back to the UK, I could always just apply for non-dom status and I wouldn't have to pay any income tax or capital gains tax, etc. On the asset. Okay, so just to start breaking this down a little bit. So a non-dom or non-domiciled status is someone who may be resident in the United Kingdom, but effectively has a non-dom status, which means any income they have from outside of the UK, they do not have to pay UK income tax on. Anything inside the UK they earn, they still have to pay income tax. The most famous example of this recently is our Chancellor, Rishi Sunak's wife. She has non-dom status because she was born in India, raised in India, and she's applied for that status. So a lot of my clients often say this to me as if it's something really easy to do and really simple to do. And I said to my client recently in Dubai, I said, this financial advisor who's given you this advice to leave a UK regulated pension structure, which is regulated by the FCA, huge consumer protection, and go and invest in some offshore bond with no protection, no consumer regulation, and no FCA. No consumer regulation is not correct. In the Isle of Man, they do have a protection scheme there, which is very strong, but it's not the same as the FCA if you have a UK pension wrapper. So I was saying to my client, why do you think the financial advisor is possibly suggesting this? There might be some financial advisors out there who are trying to give very, very good advice, and they see it as a very tax efficient way for the client to draw down their money. However, for many other financial advisors, they will be doing this because inside a SIP solution, it's very difficult to be paid high commissions. However, if you take the money outside of a SIP and put it into an offshore bond with no SIP, no trustee, no FCA involvement on top, it's much easier to earn higher amounts of commission than it would be inside a SIP solution. So I said to him, this financial advisor you've spoken to who's just said, oh, just go get non-dom status, are they going to put that in writing for you? Are they a qualified tax advisor? Have they studied any examinations in the UK to qualify them to advise you on non-dom status? I don't think so. If you went up to any qualified and credible tax advisor in the UK and said, hi, I live in Dubai, I'm 50, I'm going to cash out all of my pension at age 55, I think I'll move back to the UK at age 60, 65, 70, I'm going to have a property in the UK, I was born in the UK, my kids are in the UK, I have assets in the UK, I live my life in the UK, do you think I could get non-dom status? Most of them would sit at you and laugh and say, no, you definitely cannot. It's extremely difficult to get non-dom status. At the time of recording, I think there's around 70,000 people who have managed to apply for non-dom status in the UK. And this includes some of the richest, wealthiest and smartest people with lawyers and accountants and lawyers and teams of them doing all this work for them. And it's actually a very interesting statistic that I saw in the Financial Times that only, I think it was around 2,000 individuals have managed to maintain their non-dom status for a period of 7 years or more. That's just 2,000 people of the whole of the population of the United Kingdom. So if you think that you could just magically become a non-dom, avoid all sorts of tax on your pension pot in the UK if you were to retire there, and it'll be fine to have it invested in an offshore bond, and you won't have to pay any income from that offshore bond in your retirement, I think it's very wishful thinking. And obviously I have to caveat, we're not tax advisors here at Cameron James, but we are relatively smart when it comes to things like this. It is an area that you should always take regulated and qualified tax advice on. If your financial advisor is telling you something, ask him to back it up with a report or with a document from a qualified tax advisor. A tax advisor, in my opinion, would run a mile from writing anything like that, the scenario I gave you before, because they would potentially be liable. And how do they even know what's going to happen in 5 or 10 years time? Non-dom status might not even be there anymore. Likelihood it is. It's been there for 200 years. I think since 1799 it was introduced, and it's been used to great effect by many people, but the rules of it could change. So someone say, oh, in 10 years time or 15 years time, when you come back to the UK, say, yeah, sure, we'll get you non-dom status, it'll be easy. I think it's an absolute wishful thinking, and I really think it comes down to financial advisors just trying to push people out of SIP solutions or out of FCA regulated wrappers where they can potentially invest the money to make a little bit more money. Guys, I hope this has been a useful one for you on non-dom status, exactly what it is, how difficult it is to attain it. And also I did forget to mention that it's not for free. Non-dom status costs you either £30,000 or £60,000 per year to have that status in order to have those benefits. So if you have millions and millions and tens of millions or hundreds of millions that you're going to save, it's obviously a very small price to pay. If you're looking to save small amounts of money as a regular retail person, £30,000 or £60,000 per annum is likely to be a significant cost that would actually null and void having non-dom status in the first place. So guys, I hope that's been valuable. As always, please hit the big red subscribe button below to subscribe to see more weekly content from ourselves and to let us know that we're doing a good job. Thank you very much, guys, and speak soon.